Everybody, my name is Ken Powell. I'm your host at KCAA Omni Media, and today I'm going to be interviewing the host of the I3 Social Club's sponsored The Journey to Business and Entrepreneurship.
You got it right. Thank you.
And man, this girl is everywhere. She's an insurance agent. She's done a lot of stuff in real estate, and now she's on a 365-day journey.
Goodness.
Now, every time I hear about these 365-day journeys, I always hear it's some guy on a bicycle or somebody that's, in a Baja Bug or some kind of thing. But you're actually, it's just you talking on the internet.
It is. Oh, my goodness. Well, first off, it's so interesting being on the opposite side of the table here. Usually I'm the one giving the interviews, so it's interesting being on the other side. But yeah, with the 365-day challenge, the reason why I even decided to do that was just because as a radio host for The Journey to Business and Entrepreneurship, I can't remember who it was, but someone early on was like, it's so funny. You interview a lot of people, find out a lot about them, but we have no idea who you are. I was like, oh, that's a good point. At the time, I didn't use social media. I was never interested in social media. Still am not interested in social media. And so after he said that, later that day, I was just kind of thinking about it. I'm like, I guess I could do people, no one knows who I am. No one knows what it is that I do or anything. So maybe I could do videos on social media. It's something that clients of mine used to tell me years ago that I should be doing as far as educational videos for life insurance. But I just never really ended up doing it. And so I had thought about it for months. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. And so on July 1st, I did my first video, put it out there. 2 days later, people started to find me. Now, keep in mind, I didn't have a lot of social media accounts or anything. I was never interested. So after I created my social media accounts, when you create an account, it asks you, do you want to connect with friends? I said no. And the reason why I said no is because I more so wanted to do it for me. I knew that some people would see it, but
right.
I thought very few people, like it would be some random, one of my clients or some prospective clients looking up my name or something and coming across it because I didn't want to connect with any family or friends. All of a sudden, a couple of days later, I'm seeing that, and I don't have notifications on my phone either for any of the social media platforms. So when someone likes it or responds to it, I don't see it until I post a video again and I happen to notice it. And so then all of a sudden, I see one of my friends likes my page, and I'm like, or is following me on
right.
one of those sources.
One of those sites.
I don't know. Yeah, one of them. And I'm like, how did she find me? And then I had another friend asking me about it. I'm like, oh no. And so immediately I was like, you know what? I'm about to stop. Like this was not supposed to be for other people. This was supposed to be for me. And then I was like, well, shoot, I put it out there that I was doing this challenge. I can't go back on my word. And I guess that's the good thing about my stubbornness. A lot of times I've seen it as a bad thing, but in this sense, it kind of worked out in a good sense because I'm so stubborn. I refuse to, fail.
Well, see, when you use the word challenge,
right,
that opens you up to everybody. If you wanted it to be private, you should have said journal and or diary. But the thing is, even then, you would have had hundreds of visits. I remember when we first started helping you out on the YouTube channel, you had 15 views over 5 years.
I wasn't doing any videos.
Well, you had three videos.
No, okay, so those
videos.
Yeah, but if you look at them, they were private. They weren't ever published. So those were private videos, and the reason why I created them, like I was mentioning, I had clients who had told me that I should do videos, and so it was an introduction of what final expense insurance was, for example. And
which has 125 views now.
I don't know.
I know.
Like I said,
that's my job. I'm the producer.
Yeah,
my job is to make sure we know what's going on. So you have over 700 views. Most of them have taken place between the end of June and currently.
Right.
And you're going up like 20 or 30 views like a week and not doing anything to stimulate that, right?
Just creating videos.
Just posting a video.
Yeah, that's
random video.
It. Yeah.
So you're rehabbing a house.
I am.
I found that was
yes.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing some stuff with a mentor out of Texas, I think, something like that. And
So the guy that I'm also working with, the single family home in Pomona, we just found a house that we got under contract, so we'll be working on that one.
Okay, so you went from zero real estate involvement to now you're like full on.
Yes.
And would you credit that to the challenge? It kind of forced you to take...
Well, so what the challenge has done, it has, because I've been doing things in the background even before that challenge. I started looking into real estate in October of last year.
Right.
And I joined a club and decided I've been going to that club consistently. And it just so happened that during that challenge, sometime between, I don't know, like a month ago or so, like right after I did the challenge, I ended up meeting my partner, Dante. And he and I hit it off really well. And we were like, he has a lot of experience. He has 23 years in the real estate industry, and he sees that I'm willing to learn and put in the work and time. So he's willing to help.
That's awesome. And I understand you were one of the founding members of the i3 Social Club, too.
Yes.
You were at the...
I wonder why.
At the Christmas party, and you just said, you stood up, said, hey, I'm in. And that kind of was what germinated the whole idea of the radio show. And you've really, I think they call it duck to water. You really like hosting the radio show every single Sunday. You pick the guests.
Right.
You do a really good job.
Thank you. Well, I enjoy it because you came to me asking me to do a radio show.
Oh, not
You sure
me.
did, Ken. And then when you asked me, I'm like, well, sure. But I said yes because it was one of those things for me. I don't like to say no to possible opportunities. You have no idea what can come out of it.
Absolutely.
And so I'm all for challenges. And so I said yes, but I didn't think it would actually really happen, to be honest. I didn't.
No. All yak. No.
You know what? I really did think that. And then a couple weeks later, you ended up coming to me and asking me, what did I want to talk about? I'm like, I don't know. Well, I think I asked you first.
Right.
What do you want me to talk about? You're like, whatever you want. I'm like, I don't know. Like, I've never done this before. So I thought about it for a couple weeks, and then I realized that I enjoy talking with business people and entrepreneurs because I'm on a path. And those are the people that...
No, you're not on a path. You're on a journey. There's a difference. A path is a way of looking. A journey is actually executing. That's the difference.
Okay, sure. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm on a journey. I think life is a journey in itself.
Well, you didn't call it my path to business and entrepreneurship.
Journey because it's going to be a long journey.
Exactly. Well, at least 365 days, right?
Well, I mean, it's going to be a lot longer than that. I mean, I have a lot of goals and stuff.
But the challenge is definitely...
Well, the challenge itself that I created, yes, 365 days.
Now, let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. If somebody was to get a radio show, would it make sense for them maybe not to do 365? That, to me, that's kind of nuts.
It is. I agree. We're on the same page.
But to do a 30-day challenge when they're launching their first show, wouldn't that be a great idea?
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
Because you got a lot of views off your little challenge. And the challenge kind of tells the story a little broader than just a one-show explanation of who you are.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, and even in the show, no one gets to know who anything about me.
Yes.
I mean, every once in a while, something relevant kind of comes up and I mention something about myself, but it's very rare.
Yes,
Hence,
indeed.
The challenge, the whole challenge, my journey to business and entrepreneurship.
Well, and one of the interesting things I found is that as you were building, this is actually before this, but as you became a member of the i3 Social Club, at the same time, you had somebody come up with an idea as to how to brand you and what the legacy.
Oh, yes, as a legacy builder.
How soon we forget. I'm just teasing.
As a legacy builder, I ended up going to the SBDC. I did one consultation, and the lady was fantastic, Jacqueline Scott. And she gave me a lot of advice, and she was spot on. And unfortunately, I was so upset because I had one session with her. And then after that one session, she ended up transferring elsewhere. And I was like, no. But she did give me her email. But I don't want to interfere with whatever she has going on. I do intend to reach out to her at some point, but yeah.
But yeah, you found the SBDC. What does that stand for, by the way?
Small Business Development Center.
See,
You almost caught me there.
yeah. Well, see, the thing is that you're always asking people, "Oh, what does that mean? What?"
Well, yeah, because I'm curious.
Exactly.
And that's the fun thing about the show.
And,
the
and they
radio
give you
show.
initials, and you go, "Oh, what does that
Right,
initial
that's true.
mean?"
Yep.
And now I'm putting you in the same
Yeah.
hot pot.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about initials just one more time.
Mm-hmm.
So you are an insurance agent.
Life insurance agent,
Life
yes.
insurance agent, and you can sell disability too, right?
I can, yes.
So some people could say, "Oh, she's life and LD." What does LD stand for? Did I catch
Life
you?
and disability.
Life and disability, right?
But, disability policies, I haven't done a disability policy in years. That's just not something that I have focused on. Gosh, I think it's been since 2016.
Wow.
Because I've been in the life insurance industry, for those of you who don't know, for 10 years. And yeah, it's been since 2016 since I've done my
Wow.
last one.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And then you had the director of the UCR Entrepreneur Center.
Oh, so he's part of a Tasty's program. So yeah, I did interview.
What is a Tasty program?
See, he has to be here to explain it. It's a technology, so he
Okay.
helps small businesses, and they're very technologically based.
Right.
But that's his thing, and a lot of it did go over my head. I understood it to a certain degree,
Right.
but it was just really complex.
No,
so it's not
what's
my
interesting though,
forte.
see, you were using a term that nobody here would know. It's just tasty.
Right,
You
tasty.
think tasty freeze, right?
Oh, okay,
Ice
Tasty,
cream, right?
yeah.
So you had to at least define that it was technology.
Yeah, it's technology based. It's using automations and technology, AI, stuff like that to help improve your business. So actually, I do intend to be working with him with my life insurance business as well.
Okay, and then you also have talked to.
I've talked to a lot of great people.
Yes,
I feel like I know who you're going to mention next. I don't know.
Which one do you think I'm going to mention next?
I was thinking Jared.
Oh
and
my
Brian.
God! How did you know that?
I love Jared. Jared is fantastic.
Okay, now let's stop for a second. Everybody thinks of Jared as a
ADU guy.
Subway commercial, so you better clarify
really?
that.
Jared Jones. So Jared Jones, I actually don't remember the name of his company, but he focuses on ADUs.
It's called ADU Masters, by the way.
Oh, ADU Masters. Oh, I didn't
Okay.
realize that. Okay.
That's all right.
But anyway.
Make it simple.
Yeah, he focuses on ADUs, creating additional dwelling units in homes. So his criteria is 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom homes.
Right.
And it has to be at least 1,500 square feet. And he's turning garages into ADU units, making it more affordable
What does
for
ADU
people.
stand for?
Additional dwelling unit.
Correctamundo.
Yeah.
See, you're using all these.
But it's one of those things where I kind of hear it so much, so I know what an ADU is, but I
Right.
don't really think about what it's actually called. So
Yeah, but the 85,000 people who are listening to your interview have no clue what
yeah,
an ADU
you're right.
is.
You're right. Absolutely.
So as they know Jared,
Yeah.
he had a little problem, and he's no longer with Subway. So, but
different
anyway.
Jared. But yeah, Jared Jones, he's fantastic. He's accomplished so much in a short period of time, and I actually stay in contact with him and reach out to him every once in a while when I see a property that he might like.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna have to wrap this up.
Yes, absolutely.
You're
I-
you're an unbelievable interview and a great guest.
Oh, gosh.
Great host. So
Don't give me too much credit.
Everybody, she's sitting there telling me, "Oh well, what am I going to talk about?"
First of all, I didn't even
She
know
just
I was
went
being
15
interviewed.
minutes, and she could go another hour. So,
Oh, gosh.
but we don't have the time.
No.
So we'll catch you next week. And she's the host of the Journey to Business and Entrepreneurship,
Yep.
sponsored by the i3 Social Club. Now, the i3 Social Club meets virtually and is starting to meet in person on a regular basis and promoting small businesses to build the infrastructure of the Inland Empire. I really appreciate your help
Yeah,
and the
absolutely.
time you've put in to make that show just a massive success.
Thank you. So feel free to tune in. It's every Sunday from 2 to 3 o'clock on the KCAA radio station, which is 1050 AM, 106.5 FM. I don't know why I can never remember. I have to
Yes,
think about
and you
it.
can also listen to us on kcaaradio.com. And we are on 14 different platforms, podcasting platforms. Everything from Spreaker to Spotify to iHeart. I mean, it goes on and on and on. But yeah, go ahead and tune in and learn a lot about businesses and her personal journey to success. See you next week.